I have to admit, there is some satisfaction in watching the left reap what they've sown. And here's a great example. Here's the headline from Rahim Mohammed. Unhinged teacher tells Muslim to support pride or you can't be Canadian. And this is an op-ed that's going to confuse a lot of progressives. The same progressives who once defended the right of Muslim women to wear niqabs now claim celebrating pride is necessary for citizenship. Well, in fairness, this is just one woman, right? But it does raise a pickle for a lot of them, doesn't it? Because these were the people that were so desperately thirsty for ever more diversity. But it turns out they only wanted diversity that would do everything they said and agreed with everything they say. It's almost like they're trying to colonize these people. You know what? They need to decolonize progressivism. Says administrators were thrust into damage control mode on Tuesday when an audio recording of an in-class scolding of a Muslim pupil attributed to a teacher at North Edmonton's Londonderry Junior High was leaked to social media. In the recording, shared on Twitter by the London-based Five Pillars News, the teacher could be heard berating a student for allegedly skipping class to avoid Pride Month activities. And why don't we listen to it? It's a minute 45.
Your faces, and I see some of your faces, and you think, oh, Madame is out to lunch. Well, I'll tell you, you are out to lunch if you think it's acceptable to not show up because you think if there's some pride activities going on at school, right? Oh, that's fine. Because I'm going to show my opinion by hanging out at the mall. But meanwhile, all of those kids who are, involved in, say, the Gay Street Alliance or whatever, I don't even know if we have that anymore in our school, they're here when we did Ramadan for Lion Time, and they're showing respect in the class for your religion, right? For your beliefs.
Yeah, their beliefs. Yeah, this is where the problem comes in, right? Because their beliefs are not her beliefs. And people like this teacher see non-white people as junior members of humanity. It's almost as if she feels like she's their benevolent mother figure, and they just need to be shown the true way. Almost like a missionary, isn't it? But anyway, let's continue.
It goes two ways. If you want to be respected for who you are, if you don't want to suffer prejudice for your religion, your color of skin, your whatever, then you better give it back to people who are different from you. That's how it works. It's an exchange. And it isn't like that in all countries. As I told you, in Uganda, literally, if they think you're gay, they will execute you. If you believe that kind of thing, then you don't belong here. Because that is not what Canada believes. We believe in freedom. We believe that people can marry whomever they want. That is in the law. And if you don't think that should be the law, you can't be Canadian. You don't belong here. And I mean it. I really mean it. And it's not a joke, Mansour. It's a back and forth. You want it, you got to give it. It just makes me angry.
So if my ears don't deceive me, she's not only an Islamophobe, she's also a Ugandan phobe as well. That's definitely anti-black. And hey, I didn't make the rules. These people did. How do these bigots get jobs? I mean, all I could hear there was white liberal woman supremacy. And what's next? Is she going to invade the Middle East and make everybody watch Bros? I think it's fairly safe to say that Canada's experiment with mass immigration of socially conservative people mixed with increasingly far-left social policies may not end up the way that the lefties had hoped. But one thing you see in this is that these people are very confused. She speaks about freedom. She speaks about, give and take. It has to go both ways. But in a free country, fundamentally, you don't have to pretend to believe things or support things that you don't. I just want to show you this quickly. In Ottawa, in Canada, parents right now are protesting against gender ideology in schools. And these are Muslim and non-Muslim and Christian parents all together protesting this. And of course, there's a counter-protest by Black Bloc, far-left communists, and other far-leftists. Excellent Canadian journalist Rupa Subramanya tweeted this. spotted a bunch of far-right white supremacists protesting against gender ideology in Ottawa. They say they've had enough of gender ideology being pushed down their children's throat. And of course, she's being facetious here. As you can see, this doesn't so much look like white supremacists, does it? Not so much there either. Yep. And what this does is it explodes this myth that it's just those evil, straight, white, capitalist men against everybody else. Everybody else is just this one big, happy family of socialists and far leftists and gender theory radicals. It turns out that the Christians have something in common with the Muslims. And by the way, these kinds of developments have been completely predictable. I've been predicting this for a long time, that perhaps the socially conservative people that have immigrated to Canada may not want teachers telling their kids that they were born in the wrong body. It almost makes you think that maybe the teachers should just be more focused on teaching the kids how to read and write and do math, and less time trying to indoctrinate children into their gender cult. Anyway, please subscribe, like, and share. Sharing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.